Welcome to Elevate Your Mind with Alam. Today we'll be talking about the new moon in Aries, and it happens between late March and late April. I will be guiding you with the top 5 things to do at the time of the new moon in Aries. If you plan your life by the new moon, you will find that you are in the flow of life. And note that the advice in the guide applies to all of us, regardless of our personal astrology. The reason is this is a lunation, in this case a new moon, in a particular sign which is Aries, and therefore it has a flavor of its own. So no matter what rising sign you are, this is going to be inevitable. Let's begin by taking action. The new moon in Aries marks the start of the new moon cycle, and since Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, the time for dreaming is over and the time to take action has come. You have a clean slate when it comes to making your new moon wishes. If you've been holding off or slacking off, this is a perfect time to get back on the boat. Think about it. It's springtime. Things are flowing. Things are growing, which means it is the beginning of the year. And that means it's time to make a 12-month plan. This is a wonderful time to make a plan for the year ahead. And if you are too attached to whatever it is that you've been doing, do a plan for yourself. Do a plan for yourself and your spouse if you are in a relationship. Do one for your work. Since the Aries energy is really impulsive, you might think it's too high energetically right now to make plans, but with a bit of discipline, anything is possible. The fiery and enthusiastic Aries energy is great for infusing your plans with drive and determination, which makes perfect for being courageous. If you've been too shy, too timid, and you need some courage to move forward with whatever you're facing, and that includes your wish list, this Aries is connected to brave Mars and the energies around the Aries new moon, which is reflected. Decide that you can be bolder in life and then work on this. Aries isn't so much bold as willing to just go into it, into everything, and just go for it without being overly cautious about the results. If you could use a bit of more of imputacious in your life, now is the time to incorporate this Aries energy. You'll discover that you get to have more fun. So ask yourself, are you having enough fun? Are you spontaneous enough? Think about it. And if the answer is no, then determine that over the coming weeks, you need to make some time for having some fun. Aries is the child of the zodiac, and now is a good time to remind yourself to connect with your inner child. So focus on you. This is also a good time for some focus on yourself and what you need, where you're going, and so on. And if you give yourself your wardrobe and your website, if you do a makeover on yourself and on everything that includes you, this is the perfect time to do so. Aries is traditionally the starting sign, not least because it's the child of the zodiac. It's filled with vim and vigor, and it's preparing to burst out of a starting gate. And it's not going to worry about going too fast. It just does. Action. It just does. So, on this new moon in Aries, take action, make a plan, be courageous, have some fun, and focus on you. Now, the moon never stays in a sign for longer than 3 to 4 days. But I have come to realize that when I focus my intention on one part of my birth chart, conjunction with the moon, it truly helps me in the everyday life that I'm going through. So in this case, if you have Cancer rising, you're going to focus on your 10th house. The 10th house is all about career, long-term goals, structure, status, reputation, public image, masculinity, man, father, experts, fame. The 10th house rules ambition, career, and life goals, what you're known for, and your professional life. So, on the nights of the new moon in Aries, you should try to focus your attention in your 10th house, which is all about your career and your reputation. So, expect the chance to get ahead professionally. If you usually do wishes on the new moon, this is perfect because I suggest you wish to help others through your work. How can you help others doing what you do for work? Visualize imagining yourself giving a talk or being an expert at whatever it is that you do. Maybe visualize doing like a TED talk on any topic that you are an expert at, and just feel confident. And if this is like a topic that is of your profession, even better. The idea to keep in mind is that there's everything right with wanting to leave your mark on the world or to be known for something that you've done. Whether you're ambitious to be a great parent or a great friend, or you want to do something more visible, it's okay to aim high. This new moon is an important one for career minded people because it's all about your professional life, and it's a great time to start a new business and the time when your past efforts at the office could even be rewarded. You have an increased chance of promotion right now. So put in that hard work and ask for the promotion if you feel you actually need it. Even if you don't actually get a promotion, you're far more likely to be recognized for your efforts during the coming month. This is also a good time to think about your future and what you want for yourself. Are you ahead in the right direction? Are you heading on the right direction to achieve your aims, your ambitions, your goals? And if not, what can you do about this? Now, I love to meditate. And if you love to meditate, this is amazing because I want you to say this sentence before you start your regular meditation, and that is hard work breeds long term success for me. A ritual that I consider you do on the night of the new moon in Aries is to write out your ideal job description. Read it out loud. Honestly, if you could read it out loud every day, that would be even more perfect. It's like you write your job description and then you are like trying to manifest you having that job, you know? Really absorb it in and feel it whenever you are saying it to yourself and writing it down. I consider you speak to your boss and ask them or him or her, whatever kind of boss you have, on how you're doing. You know, ask them to let you know how you're doing professionally, and if there's a colleague that needs help them out. Like I mentioned, this is the perfect time to start a new business. If you've been meaning to start one, now is the time. And this is the perfect time to apply to the new job that you've been wanting, and do it with confidence. This is where the writing your ideal description comes into play, because you write it down, you try to manifest it, you apply it to the job, and you get the job. All right, so if you if you are at work and you've done something good, take credit for it. Don't let nobody take your hard-earned hard work from you, okay? Speak up. And since we're talking about career and jobs, this is the perfect time for you to plot your next career move. What is next? What's the next best thing for you? Now, I'm also a big affirmations girly, and if you love affirmations, I know what's up. I have for you 3 affirmations that you can say on the night of the new moon in Aries, and that is, I am going places. It's wonderful to be successful. I love seeing my plans work out. Say it on that night 3 times. And honestly, if I were you, I would say it for the entire 4 weeks after that, or even the next 2 weeks. But really say it to yourself and feel the feeling of having that, as if you are going places, as in affirming it. Alright, now let's switch over to essential oils. Not everybody likes them, but if you do, I recommend Laurel, which is a wonderful essential oil that you can use during this cycle. And you can put it in your bath, in your burner, and it is going to help you focus more as you work hard because it aids concentration and it also motivates and boosts your confidence. So, who doesn't want that, right? If it helps you, why not? I'm also a big mantra girly. Like, I do my mantras in the shower because it just helps me, relaxes me, gets me in tune with myself. And the mantra for you is RAM. Chant it out loud or do it silently, that's fine. You can do it in the shower like me, before or after you meditate. Honestly, you can do it at any time that feels right for you. Sometimes I even do it on my way to pick up my kids from school, and that works for me. This is going to boost the chakras for you this month. And speaking of chakras, the chakra that you need to work on this month is the solar plexus chakra. It's one to focus on this month. This is another part of your chart where you can shine. It's the top of your chart and it's where you make your mark on the world. This part of your chart is all about your career and your ambitions. It's what the world will know you for and what your social status and your public image is all about. Okay, so look into that. Solar plexus. Now, this month, focus on the law of polarity. There are 2 poles, 2 opposites, two of everything here on Earth or in the earthly realm. Polarity represents 2 extremes of one thing or 2 opposites ends of a spectrum. So, for example, temperature, it goes from hot to cold. Measurements go from up to down, high to low, and things are on or off, or in or out. And if you're not happy where you are, then move along the scale to where you want to be. Focus on what you do want. Don't focus on what you don't want. It's like if you keep telling yourself, why do all these bad things keep happening to me? Bad things will keep happening because that's what you're focusing on. Instead, look on the positive, on all the good that happens to you, on all the good that you have. So more good can start flowing, you know? Anyways, that's the end of this video. If you liked it, please like it. And if you want to hear more about it, subscribe. As always, I'll see you on the next one.